Fucking looks good, eh?
Welcome to
Looks...
Mouthful of Beast MMA. Welcome, Kyle.
Hey, what's happening? Go to Tigers.
Um,
Thank you.
Kyle is Kyle is pumped up for tomorrow's
Through and
AFL.
through. Yellow and black people.
Sorry, I'm going for Geelong actually because you guys won enough.
If you don't know who we are, the rest of the world out there, just look us up.
And what's going to happen is in Australia, you're going to watch the AFL Grand Final, and then you're pretty much going to stay awake
Correct, we are.
and go straight through. I'm not. I'll be going.
A mate of mine coming with me to the game is staying over, and then morning breakfast 5 a.m. and we're into the fights. Perfect.
Oh, that's cute.
Like that?
Hopefully you win then.
Hopefully.
Let's talk some news for this week. There hasn't been too much news this week.
No, not much at all.
The main one that I think there's been a lot of focus on Nurmagomedov, and so I've been thinking about his future.
Mm-hmm. What are you thinking?
Well, like we obviously, we here at Mouthful of Bees MMA, you and I, we broke the story first that he's going to be fighting Usman, even though it's just a prediction. But when it comes true, you heard it here first. That's what I reckon. If he wins, that's where he's going next. 170s, especially after his weight cut was meh.
Didn't look good.
And then, what if he loses though? That was my thought, because he's got father's plan, which is to wrestle, but also to go to 30-0 and then wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're the UFC and he's such a big draw, like Dana was saying this week, wouldn't you try and get him longer than that? And all you have to do is wreck father's plan. So get him to lose. Then all of a sudden the plan's out the window. It's just you can convince him, oh, what about the Conor fight now? Because you can't do 30-0 anymore. So you know what I mean? So if the UFC might really think that they've got a good matchup here with Gaethje, we don't know.
Mm.
But if it was the UFC trying to do business, they would try and get Nurmagomedov to lose, because then they can get him for a few more fights.
I think if he wins, I agree. We have agreed on the Usman thing. I agree with that, but I still think if he wins, that second Conor fight is so lucrative for him. I think it'd be hard to turn it down, and it would be so much more interesting knowing that he hasn't come off a loss. It's hard to see him end it if you lose. Like, it's hard to see him end it if he loses.
I want the legacy fight.
Yeah,
that's what he says.
Legacy. Yeah,
I don't think he's going to do the Conor one.
You don't think?
And I don't think Conor's actually announcing the Poirier fight, because he's going to wait to see what happens here. Because if Gaethje wins, Conor's going, who? That P-head? No thanks. I'm going straight for Gaethje title fight. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think we're here. The actual announcement of Conor Poirier will happen until after this result.
Correct. I agree. It's all about the Benjamins at the end of the day. All about the Benjis, and nothing else matters.
Yeah. All right. You got any news?
One thing I want to bring up.
Yeah.
The good old saying is shitbox is back, apparently. I
thought it was a
90s saying, but apparently it's back.
You heard it in the 90s?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. I'm old. I did I'm definitely heard it in the 90s. So.
Okay, if you, I'm the same age, but I never heard it in the 90s. But if you did, tell me, what is a shit box?
Well, I mean, it can be a lot of things, but I mean, the boys are throwing it away. I know Buckley's got himself in a little bit of a pickle with Kraus. So apparently he's a shit box.
Yeah.
So that's I don't know, interesting term. But
I know it's everyone's first car is one of those, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. What else? I mean, what do we classify as shitbox?
If you got a wooden toilet?
Yeah, probably. We got a few of them down here still.
Oh, no.
out in the country. But yeah, shitbox, maybe.
That's my new favourite swear word.
Oh, well, let's run with it for a while anyway. That's about all the action we've been seeing news-wise around here this week.
Righto. Hey, I wanted to bring up, even though I don't like, I always think she's just trying to use Mike Perry's name to get her brand going. Danielle Nickerson, his ex-wife, she's made her statement about all that stuff this week, and I was like, oh, she's trying to get her name in it again. But I read the statement, and it's pretty brutal. I'll just quickly read through it. He ran straight at me like a football player to tackle me, sprinted across the house. Where we were standing was on a tile. I didn't want to get tackled on tile, so I ran to the carpet in the living room. He literally grabbed the chair and ripped it out of the wall and threw it across the room like Hulk strength, scary. And he had his knee on my belly and just ground and pounded me until he got tired. I did a decent job of covering my face. I still had hematomas on the back of my head, my entire right side, from my entire arm, my legs, my ribs.
Jesus.
Everything was covered in bruises the next day. He just got all his anger out on me. And the last punch, I think that's why he stopped, is we heard my rib crack. He knew and sat back, and I think he was just tired of hitting me so much.
Fucking Mike Perry. Fuck, have a look at yourself.
Bloody
Jesus
hell.
Christ.
So I give her a bit more
intense.
credit. So fair enough if she's bringing it up. But yeah, that's not the best look. But it's kind of on par with what we expect from him, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly right. I don't know. But then he gets in the ring and he gets touched up. But mate, any man that touches a woman, mate.
Yeah, he's in the bad books now.
Yeah, well, so he should be. Unlucky.
With me as a fan.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think that's appalling.
I don't mind that.
Appalling.
I don't mind the bar stuff and getting angry, but
no.
Why do blokes do this?
I don't know. Don't understand. They can't control it, mate. That's the problem.
Yeah, giving us all a bad name.
Yeah, especially us lovers.
One other bit of news is there's still no headline for the November 14 card, which you brought up last week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 3 weeks away. So I don't know what the UFC wants to do.
I reckon. Well, if you watched last week's card, you saw your boy sitting next to Dana, watching.
Who?
Clapping. Chimaev.
Oh.
Sitting there, watch the whole fight with Dana next to him.
Yeah, they were getting a bit chummy.
Chummy. So, mate.
Oh, you reckon they might put him in?
I reckon they're going to put him in.
With who? Magny?
Possibly.
Well, that might be a good idea.
Possibly. I think that's the fight. That's it. That'll be testing material. Both can grapple. Actually,
and I don't know what's holding it up. I think Magny said yes. Maybe they're waiting till after this event to announce it. Yeah. Maybe they're both training for it. Or Chimaev doesn't need to train.
Yeah.
He just smashed. No problem, brother.
One thing I've learned about the UFC is a big card like this with 2 massive draws. That's why there's not much news this week. They don't release a lot. They keep it quiet. They wait till it's died down, and then next week, boom, 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 boom. And we're just going, cool, we're back in.
All right, that means we're going to have a lot of news for next week's card.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, then.
Cool.
Is that it for this one?
I think that's it for this.
No, fight announcements.
Yep.
And if you've got any signings, releases, or suspensions. And fight announcements this week. Kevin Holland has stepped in for Christoph Jotko versus, I don't know his first name, Muradov. All I know is he's Floyd Mayweather's only MMA fighter. He's had 2 fights in the UFC, won them both, and this is his third. He was up against Jotko, which I think was a kind of set up for a third win. But now Holland stepped in on short notice, October 31. Looking forward to that. UFC 256 has Angela Hill versus Tisha Torres 2. That was from a while ago. That could be fun. December 5, OSP versus Jamal Hill. Meh.
Yeah.
December 19, Marlon Moraes. Bang, straight in. Rob Font.
Yeah, good fight.
Yeah.
Good fight.
And that's what I call when you step up a new level for Rob Font. Moraes has lost one, so they're like, okay, now you have to accept someone to try and come up. And Moraes has gone for a big, quick turnaround, so maybe he's pretty upset with how that last one went, which is good to see.
Yeah,
I think Font might be in trouble. And my favorite announcement is Mackenzie Dern versus Jandiroba. What's her first name? Verna Jandiroba. Both submission machines. which means it could be a stand-up battle, but that's going to be fun to watch. December 12th, also UFC 256.
Yep.
You got any new signings, releases?
This week there hasn't been much. Well, not that I've seen off the board, unless I've missed something. Nothing major.
I did notice that we do have a gorilla theme at the moment. Darren Till, the gorilla,
Cannonier.
is always in the news. Cannonier's fighting this week, the killer gorilla, and then also the vanilla gorilla Chase Sherman got suspended.
Yep.
So he's out for a while. And also, I think I noticed that UFC signed Mason Jones, who is a Cage Warriors champion, and he said to the UFC, he said to the Cage Warriors, because he was a lightweight champion, and he said to Cage Warriors, give me the biggest monster you got. And they said, okay, what about the welterweight champion? He said, righto, I'll have him. Went up there, knocked him out first round. Then he said to the UFC, he said, I'm in the UFC now, give me the biggest monster you got. So we'll see how he goes.
Wow. I didn't know. I didn't think they'd signed him officially. Oh well. That's good.
I think I read something. Anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was looking at that last week. I knew he was coming over, but didn't know if it was happening yet. That's cool. He's good to watch.
Things are getting more exciting.
Interesting.
All right, man.
All right.
Let's go preview this card. See you in a bit.
Sounds good, mate. Talk to you soon. Bye.